All right, new problem. And the first thing we're going to do, per usual, we're going to read that question first. Again, we want to orient ourselves around the goal and not any of the extra information. So here's what it says. It says if C equals 277.3 calories, what is M? So again, before we have time to freak out about decimals, let's focus on this. What is M? All right, perfect. Everybody, M is defined right here in this equation. Let's read it. Calories burned during a workout follow the equation C equals 5.3 M plus 60, where C is in calories and M is in minutes. So everybody, can we confirm that in the equation C equals 5.3 M plus 60, we are absolutely looking for M? Can we confirm that? Yes, we absolutely can, right? Trace the information. What is M? M is minutes, and there it is right there. We can confirm that. We can feel pretty good about that. What we can also feel pretty good about is the value of C. The value of C, which is in calories, is given to us as 277.3. So even if, regardless of whether you're afraid of decimals or not, there's no worry yet. There's no cause for concern yet, because, knowing decimals or not doesn't stop you from plugging it in. So we have 277.3 equals 5.3 M plus 60. Let's treat this like any other equation. Let's treat this like any other equation, and let's say, hey, if I'm trying to get M by itself, I got to get rid of this number that's being multiplied, and I got to get rid of this number that's being added. Everybody, help me out. If I'm trying to get rid of a number that's just being added, we're working backwards, right? Opposite operations. So that tells me we are going to be subtracting 60 from both sides. So we have minus 60 over here, minus 60 over here. Once we do that, cancels out on the right side, giving us 277.3 minus 60, and that'll be 217.3 right there. So we have 217.3 equals 5.3 M. All right, there we are, my party people. We have one more step to go. That one last step is going to be involved getting rid of that 5.3. And so what we currently observe, what we are currently looking at, is multiplication. We see that 5.3 is being multiplied by M at this current moment in time. So the next step we'll take is, again, same thing, working backwards. So we're going to divide both sides by 5.3. So we'll divide there, divide over here, and we will cross and cancel out on the right side. And now all we have to do is work with decimals and division, which I'll agree isn't the funnest thing in the world, but I'll show you a neat little trick to handle dividing by decimals. I got you. So here we see that it says 217.3 divided by 5.3. And here's your trick, everybody. The trick to dividing by decimals is to not divide by decimals. You really always want to divide by a whole number. That really makes life a lot easier. And let me show you what I mean by that. Everybody, isn't there a rule in fractions that says whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top? Isn't that a phrase of an all-knowing, all-powerful axiom in math? Yeah, whatever you do to the bottom, we do to the top. And that specifically refers to multiplication and division, so scaling. So when we take a look at this, I see that if I were to multiply by 10, which is the same thing as moving the decimal place over to the right, if I do it on the bottom, I got to do it on the top. This is perfectly legal, perfectly legal. And so what we're going to do here, my party people, is do exactly that. This makes it 2,173 divided by 53. That's what that makes this. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we work with this. 2,173 divided by 53. Let's see. 53 going into 2173. Everybody, 53 doesn't go into 2. It doesn't go into 21, but it does go into 217. Everybody, how many times does 53 go into 217? Yeah, that'll be 4 times. Absolutely. So we have 53 multiplied by 4. Let's confirm that here. 53 multiplied by 4. 3 times 4 is 12. And then 5 times 4 is 20. Carry the 1 is 21. So we have 212 there. And so, yeah, that'll be 4 minus 212. And that'll leave us with 5. We drop the 3. And look at that. We see a nice angle here to finish this problem up. 53 goes into 53 exactly once. And there we are. A nice clean division. Saves ourselves some time. And the correct answer here will be 41 minutes. And there we are. The correct answer here is D. All right, next problem. So we're going to start with that question sentence as always. And we're not going to start with the if you buy yada, yada, yada. No, we're actually going to begin with the question sentence, the statement here. How many? Who, what, when, where, how many, which of the following? That's where we want to start. And this says, how many cans are left? Okay, so how many cans are left? My party people, when we see that phrasing, how many of anything is left? What operation do you imagine yourself performing? And if you're thinking subtraction, absolutely. If you're thinking subtraction, absolutely. To figure out how many of anything is left, you're going to take how many you have and you'll subtract how many have been used. In this case, the word used can be interchanged with given away. Everybody, can you see that there? When you see the phrase, hey, we then gave away 55 cans, does that make sense to you personally that we're going to be subtracting 55 cans? Does that make sense to you personally? Good. So we know we're going to subtract 55 cans at some point. So we'll have that right there. And then we see that it says soda comes in 27 cans per case. If you buy 6 cases and then give away 55 cans, how many cans are left? So think about that. Think about that nice and easy there. I can see clearly that, hey, we have 6 cases. And to figure out how many cans of soda that is, well, every case is 27 cans. So guess what? That's going to be multiplication. We are going to multiply because it says 27 cans per case. I think you might know from distance, rate, and time questions that when you have the word per, you're going to multiply by that value. Cases. Here we have 6 cases, and that's going to give you the total number of cans. Let's try that out. We have 27 multiplied by 6. Let's perform that right over here. 7 times 6 will give us 42. Carry that 4. 2 multiplied by 6 will give us 12. Carry the 4 is 6. So there we are, 16, nice and easy. And now we have 162 total cans, but we gave away 55 of them. So 162 minus 55, you'll be better served with a little bit of mental math thinking, hey, how far away is 55 from 62? That's going to be 7. And since it's 162 minus 55, it'll be 107. And that's where answer choice C comes into play, but I'll show you that right here. 162 minus 55. So 2 minus 5 can't do that. We'll go ahead and borrow 1, giving us 12 minus 5, which is 7. 15 minus 5, which is 10. So there it is again, everybody. The correct answer here for the soda question is answer choice C, 107.